Alright, so, this is, of course, a just pretty short, uh, just to show a few cuts on Beach Base, if I remember correctly. So I'm sitting here in a custom, of course. Let's just break that. I'm not gonna focus too much on the defense. Now, of course, a lot of players do this. It doesn't give like a bunch of bricks or anything. But what it does do is it does, in fact, actually kind of help with the defense. May not look like it opening the cube up a lot more, but it does. So now for these two little mountain-ish things here, what you're going to want to do is basically you're going to want to go through here and disconnect them from this point. Because that way when you go to do the cuts here, that way they don't break. So when you're doing these cuts, you can actually get the bricks from the cut. So I'm gonna just break this pretty quickly.
I'll put yous all in a hole.
And there you go, so you can see they're pretty much disconnected except for one brick.
Reloading.
And that's because I'm dumb. I'm also showing off a little bit of Sarge's prowess here with his rockets. His ability to just destroy bricks overall. So as you see there, it takes like 2 rockets and you can take a pretty decent chunk out. Now for the cuts. Obviously these cuts very worthwhile. Give you a lot of open space. Gives the enemy team less of a bridging point, because a lot of what new players can do, what they don't realize is they can get up top of this and basically bridge all the way to your final cube with no effort at all. And obviously a lot of them don't because they're new and they're learning. And I'd rather them learn and do bad at it than to not even attempt it at all. Because that's a thing in Baka mode, you know, and pretty much life in general. If you don't try it, you'll never know if you're good or bad at it. And if you don't try to learn from those who are better than you, and learn from your losses, and even from your wins, you'll never improve. So basically, of course, there'd normally be a lot more people here doing these cuts with me, but I'm the only one because this is custom. And each of these has 2 obsidian or granite, depending on with what you would call it. I like to call it granite because that's what I think it is. A lot of people call it obsidian due to the connection with, well, obviously not the connection, but the resemblance with this game and with Minecraft. Of course, with the blocky features. So of course, you do these, you know, just clear these out, and you'll be perfectly fine. You go in, just like ding ding boom. And of course, clear this out, finish off the obsidian. Now, what a lot of people don't know, and what I'm going to show you, is how to save time on these cuts. So obviously, bam, 870. Of course, could have gotten a lot more, but this is basically a basic tutorial, and I did blow up those, so I'm sorry. This is both for my channel and the wiki, which we're all doing. Now, you have to break this one row. There's just one stupid row of obsidian. I'm gonna show you how to get the other one done in like 3 seconds. It's gonna be super fast and you're gonna love it. Because it saves you and your team time. And still gives you a lot of bricks. So of course you're sitting there with your team, you're hammering this out. You're like, oh boy, 2 granite back to back? That's just horrible. All you gotta do is come under it. And pop, 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 pow. And you just do these cuts, and it's very simple, you know, not a lot of work put into them. Obviously, it would be going much faster had I had other people, but I'm alone. I'm working on a lot of time schedule right now. Got a lot of things to do here, just a lot of clearing out, but it only seems long because I'm the only person doing it. With your team helping you out, it goes much faster. Now what you can do with Sarge, especially when you're level 10.
I love me some pineapples.
Getting text messages, this is great. Not gonna respond yet because, well, I'm making a video. I'm not unprofessional. I'm only unprofessional to the extent of leaving my phone next to me. That's about the extent of my unprofessionalism. But, you know, this all very simple. All cuts are pretty much super simple. They don't, you know, take much to do. And you know, we cut under the granite, and basically, no matter what happens, it'll drop. Because the granite there is not gonna be able to hold it up because it's not being supported by anything. And the only block and load that floats as of right now is the metal. Because of this moment of recording in 32, boom, 1038. Now you see this back tower and you're like, huh, wish I could do something about that back tower. I'm gonna show you the very simple thumb down quick cut. Because say you're low on time, very simple cut to do. And you're like, oh, maybe I can go under. Nope. A lot of times you can't go under because, you know, there's metal. They want to make you work for your cuts. Now, of course, there is a way of this where you can just completely demolish this and bring it down. I'm just going to show you this quick version to both save me and you time. Because we all know you got better things to do with your life, but you're just trying to learn. Trying to learn the game. You have so many more things in your life to do. That's basically all you have to do is clean up this obsidian, and you'll be fine. Gives you a bunch of bricks. Gives your team a bunch of bricks. Not a bunch for your team, actually, but you personally. And watch out for those little spots.
30 seconds and counting. It's about to get hectic.
No. Looked at my phone for 1 second. I'm just sitting there swinging away. And that will give you 640. Now, of course, the way you can do this is you can basically bring all this and drop it down. But I'm too lazy to do that right now.
Busy. Time to rumble, blockheads.
And of course, you can see, I'm gonna basically give you the reasons why to do those few cuts. Of course, you can cut those. If you cut all that rock, you'll be fine. Or you can just be smart and save your time by just slapping a radar in there. Now, why people do those cuts is a question a lot of people do, or not do, ask. Why do cuts, aside from the brick portion? They usually leave your base undefended. It takes time away from your defense. What I'm gonna do is what a new player would do. But what you can do is a player can get up here. And it's especially dangerous for a player with the mobility like Sarge. Get all the way up here. And you can basically come here. And I'm dumb because I didn't put it up. Ah! You can put the spawn up and just come on down here. Break one block. Come here. Break that and they can't get up to it without building. And you have a spawn up there. And for this one, people can just come up top. And the Sarge can drop down to that and ba boom. And start whacking on your cube.
No point in hitting this cube yet.
And of course, as I was stating before,
special ready.
Also I'm gonna show you a little neat trick. Basically this is a mud spawn. Unless they took this out, because I haven't read the patch notes recently. Because they didn't look, because I'm too lazy. Nope, it's still there. Alright. Now, you may be like, what? The smoke gives it away. They can't see the smoke with this radar skin. So they could shove a spawn up there, and of course what smart players will do boom, they already have a way to your final base. And you're just getting assaulted by all fronts.
What was that?
Now, some areas to put radar in, obviously. Can break one block and put this right up here. A lot of players don't look there. Surprisingly, a few still even don't know about that. Now, the secret area for this map, and I think every map has a secret area, is this little cave right here. This is accessible through the back of your spawn. Just come up here and be like, ah. Of course, you should always put a radar to cover this area. And when you're attacking them, you literally can just come up here and you're at their spawn and nobody checks their spawns. Because, come on, be honest.
Supply drop. T-minus 60 seconds.
And then you can just come right here and place a spawn. That's of course something you should always do. Because spawns help your team. Cannot stress that enough with players. Always make a spawn.
T-minus 30 seconds.
And they're one of the most helpful blocks ever. Now also, many spawn locations like the islands and everything. So hopefully, this was Beach Base. In case you didn't know.
Time for the typewriter.
Hopefully you've learned one or two things. Thank you for watching. And I'm gonna be doing a lot more of these tutorial videos for my channel on the wiki.